Shauna, Amy Schumer is just the biggest powerhouse I have seen in a long time. She's got this fabulous movie upcoming called Trainwreck, and this preview looks so dynamite. If the movie is half as good as the trailer, she's got a hit on her hands. And I'm wondering if someone like her, who certainly is an attractive woman, but not Charlize Theron beautiful, reflects a trend where we're seeing women differently. Are we finally willing to see real women, women writing about women, talking like women talk, not being window dressing? Is this the beginning of a trend, or is this just following the almighty dollar?
I would love to say that it's the beginning of a trend, but I think we've had this same hope for so long. I mean, this goes back to B. Arthur playing Maud, right? Oh, are we finally going to have a woman with a fresh perspective? She's not the stereotypical definition of beauty. And, Carol Burnett. And I mean, you could go on and on and on.
It's
And
still
the
true.
bottom line is they're marketable. But I still think there's a value to that because the more they're in front of other women, particularly young women, as the flawed characters that they are, and we celebrate that, the more maybe we are shifting the consumerism, which is driving the money, which is driving these men to cast these women.
Absolutely. Don't depress me, Shauna. I'm trying to share some positive news with the audience. Don't do something in my rose garden here. But what I think is really interesting. Look at Melissa McCarthy, who is an Emmy winner, who is winning all of these awards, big box office. The Heat with her and Sandra Bullock, this has made $250 million worldwide. Bridesmaids, almost $300 million worldwide. And you have women who certainly are attractive, but they're not the classic of beauty. So yeah, is money driving this equation? Sure. But Amy Schumer, for example, she does a lot of work effacing herself. And most successful comics do. It's like, I control the joke. I'm going to make fun of me so you
Right.
can't. So, that's smart business. But the trailer is so wonderful to me because it deals with, well, this is how women are really talking and really living what it is to be out in the world today. She's an unapologetic feminist, and her show on Comedy Central, Inside Amy Schumer, this is in its third season, and
Right.
women are looking up to her. There was just an article in the LA Times that she's considered a role model.
And I think one of the great things about that is that comedians have to be smart. That's if they're doing it right, they've got to just be so smart. And so to me, we might be celebrating a different kind of woman, which is a smart woman. Yes, it's self-deprecating. Yes, she's found in all these different hilarious situations, but we're celebrating her. I'm a little, hesitant to pop the cork on the champagne because we said the same thing about the Sex and the City movie franchise, right?
Right.
This is different. We're going to have women that are fearlessly taking on New York and then, as we go through, they demeaned the women script after script. And by Sex and the City 4, I think it's just going to be women laying around hoping men notice them. I mean, it's just been a consistent decline. So maybe this will be different, and these women will have some bargaining power about the scripts that they are able to do, which is huge, and they can keep getting the smart, strong roles. And to me, that's when I will buy into your premise, Anita.
Well, you know something, I'm not so quick to say this is going to happen. I think that I'm painting a rosy picture here. But Melissa McCarthy, for example, who's coming up with a new movie, Spy, and she's dressed as this frowsy housewife. I mean, the trailer again is hilarious. And one thing that made me so sad, I realized that when she was at an award ceremony a few years ago, she went to the Oscars. She couldn't even get anyone to design her dress. They all turned her down because she's a plus size woman. Now she has her own clothing line, and now there was one recent award show she went to where she said, I made my own dress. I pulled it out of pieces of the closet and sewed it together, and here we are. And she came up with her own design. So stuff like that is interesting to me because I don't think that the industry is going to change. It's going to be taken there, if you will, kicking and screaming. But the good news is that, the sisters are doing it for themselves. I mean, they're out there saying, look, I'm coming out with my clothing line. I'm coming out with my own movie. I'm financing my own, I've got my own production company. So these women are finding ways, as other women in business are, to be entrepreneurial and find a way to make a niche for themselves so that they're not just, you know, the market at the back. I think if the film people are smart, the film producers, they realize, oh, women are a big market out there. I mean, Maleficent made $750 million worldwide.
Right.
So
But
there's
Maleficent
some,
played
you know,
by Angelina Jolie, who's arguably the most gorgeous woman alive. So give me an overweight Disney princess and I will cede your point.
very good. An overweight Disney princess. Yes, I'll see that and I'll raise you a frowsy female spy. So I'm curious to see what the box office shows us this summer and to see if these women also have the same kind of clout. Thank you so much for joining Shauna Vercher and I, Anita Finley, at another edition of Dare We Say.